Alright, this is the Wolves of God podcast, and this episode we're going to be talking about music. Both all good things about it, all bad things about it, and everything in between. That's something me and Ragnar are both huge fans of music. Therefore, we had the good idea. At first it was just we're going to listen to several different songs and react to them and go from there. But then we kind of messed around with the idea, and we decided, hey, we're going to show each other some good music and some shit music. And I really don't know which one I'm more excited for. I know it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start out with, I'll confirm that every party at the South involving alcohol does have too many red Solo cups. Plus...
Wait, they play this song?
Oh, like you wouldn't believe.
Why?
Because white trash loves white trash, Ragnar.
Oh, I just saw how many views it has. Why?
Yeah.
I'm ashamed that I'm one of these views, but I have to talk shit about it. So
For sure, dude.
Is that like the pass where it's like, okay, if I'm one of those dislikes?
For sure, bro. I'll add to it. I'll do it right here. On
yes.
recording. Boom.
Yes. One of us. One of us.
Dude, I hate so many things about this. We probably just like the same things. I hate how unoriginal it is. It's like, this is something... It's not creative. It's literally just talking about a cup. But it's...
No. It's talking about a red Solo cup. Very important.
I hate how... the amount of conviction you have when you said that. Yeah, dude, Jesus Christ. And here's what's... I'm not even going to look it up. I'm not going to give this song any more attention than it deserves. But I'm pretty sure the brand of it is actually Dixie cups. Like Sweetheart of Dixie or whatever. But...
What are you talking about?
Okay. The brand. I can't remember if it's actually Solo or if it's Dixie. Like the red cups that we're talking about. Like the plastic ones.
I don't know, man.
I'm going to see if I can blow your mind with this. Cause
you probably know this because like, I have some in the office.
Oh, yeah. Me too. I drink out of it.
But I didn't know that. I don't remember them being Dixie.
It might be. It might be like a cheaper brand. I don't know. Everything's cheaper and trashier in the South.
Are we really going it? Like, this song is so bad that we're like actually talking about cup brand. I
am still going to be on the side of music about 10% and try to extract some good out of this. I'm going to see if I can blow your mind.
You're gonna get good out of this?
I'm going to try. Because have you ever noticed, do you know that there's like several different measurements on a red Solo cup for your drink?
You're telling me measurements of a cup right now?
Yes.
Why?
I will show you. Hold on.
I don't think I want to know why.
Oh, no. You brought this song into our existence.
No, you would not put that evil on me, Rick and Bobby.
That's a good point. It was actually my idea for the song.
What are you looking up? The measurement?
Yeah, like apparently, like all the different. You ever notice like on the ridges of the cup, they mean something. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. But when I did find that, I was even angry.
You know the ones that like are. You see the ones that aren't like measurements? Like, go down. Wait, go back.
Oh, sorry, I forgot that screen share.
Look, go down. Right there. You see the curve? There's no lines. Like, that's...
Man, that is a Solo cup.
Yep. Oh, it isn't even got, like, the slogan.
Oh, that's the slogan? Just a word?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm even angry. Alright, so you want to listen to it and get this out of our lives?
I'm gonna, like, hate myself for the next... How long are we playing this?
Dude, let's just treat it like a Band-Aid and just rip it off.
Are we gonna play it until we cry?
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
Well, I'm already crying, but we'll just have time to go get tissue. I'll just start it. We pull the window back up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Even the intro.
Now, Red Solo Cup is the best receptacle for barbecues, tailgates, fairs, and festivals. And you, sir, do not have a pair of testicles if you prefer drinking from glass. Hey, Red Solo Cup is cheap and disposable. In 14 years, they are decomposable. And unlike my
wait.
They are not for...
She has got a fucking tattoo of a red Solo cup?
Never underestimate white trash tattoos.
Oh my gosh, no. That's before the song came out. That's even worse. It's before the song. That's even worse.
I hate this guy's
What does
tattoos.
that say?
Red. That's the first word. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
I'm pretty
Why
sure
would you do
this
that?
neck tattoo spells out a bad decision also.
I
Because
feel
look
like
at his sideburn. Why? Now I'm mad at you. We gotta talk about this.
about a sidebar.
Years they are
just a
decomposable,
song.
and unlike my home,
See.
they are not foreclosable. Freddie Mac can kiss my ass. Woo! Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party.
Is that enough?
I think I passed out for like 10 seconds.
Dude, here's the thing.
So bad, man.
Okay, I'm thinking purely in musician standards right now because you notice in the chorus, like where it has like that thing where it's multiple people singing. It's not just harmony. It's like 20 people, 20 voices, like an anthem. That means that they had to hire people and say, we need you to work on background vocals for this song by this country artist. And then they went in there to record it, and they looked at the lyrics of the song, and they didn't kill themselves.
Well, how much did they get paid? I'll sing
Not
about Red Solo Cup.
enough. No, you won't. You have
Pay
integrity,
me,
sir.
Pay me. No, I don't.
No.
I like
That's
money.
That's a good point. I'm still mad at that.
It rewinded just like a couple seconds where he's walking up the stairs. Somebody, no. Wait, don't go too far. Somebody right there. You see that? The net? Is that a net? I can't tell. No, that's metal. Somebody decorated that. Why?
And killed many innocent solo cups from the looks of it if they're
Killed?
stabbed. Yeah, they have feelings, bro. They weren't born to be this icon of white trash. They're innocent, okay?
Well, out of white trash, that's not like the worst that could be associated with it is red Solo Cups.
That's what I said.
Unless you're talking about the red Solo Cup being associated with white trash.
Oh my god. I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I just didn't want this chick in the miniskirt to give more attention.
Yeah, right there.
So it's like, is that like...
Why is he so happy? I feel like he was drunk when he made this song. And he's like, you know what? I'll probably make millions.
Literally. And he did.
I don't know. I'm not the only one that hates this.
I hate it so much. And then... Okay. This guy... Here's what also discourages me. This guy has a lot of great songs. Okay? But this is one of those... It's just so bad. Like... I have friends personally that I've heard sing this at the top of their lungs after consuming a considerable amount of Jack Daniels. And there's nothing wrong with Jack Daniels. But when there's too much Jack Daniels, then this song comes up, that's what's wrong. Because this is...
Is that just arrogance at that point for like a songwriter?
It's gotta
like,
be.
I've made all these great songs, everybody loves all my stuff.
Probably, bro. Like...
Or like writer's block, and he's like, oh my god, I'm drinking a red Solo Cup at a party. Whoa! Lyrics! That's it. What's that?
Someone write this shit down. Have you?
Yeah,
okay.
he probably doesn't even write down. You're right. He's probably got somebody else writing for him. He's like, write this
I'm
down.
gonna ask you this. Did you know that this same guy has a song called Who's Your Daddy?
I probably did, and I probably like blocked it from my mind forever.
The music video is comedy. The music video is absolutely pretty hilarious. But I'm not ever going to make you listen to the song. Because you're my buddy. I care about you. And I only want you to listen to these bad
Well, I made you listen to this song, so...
just wait, though. On that note, let's go to the next one then. By the illustrious artist, Conway Twitty.
Is this a bad song?
That's the way it looks. You can see the screen, by the way.
I thought you were making fun of somebody's name when you said his name, but no, that's
this is
his
a real person.
Real name.
38 million. 38
I thought
views
it
on
was
this,
like his rapper name. It's like, what?
It might be, dude. I don't want to know his real name. All I know is I am equal parts jealous and angry about this hair because I'm balding at 30, so I wouldn't be mad with this hair, but I wouldn't be happy either. Because I mean, all right, ready for this audio?
Fun of his hair,
yes.
Not a song.
Oh, okay. Just wait. I'm just no, just the image by itself is like.
It doesn't have a music video.
Yeah, I could.
Because honestly, I don't want to see his face the whole time. I was kind of hoping they just something different.
There's a lot of ways of saying what I want to say to you. There's songs and poems and promises and dreams that might come true. But I won't talk of starry skies or moonlight on the ground. I'll come right out and tell you I just love to lay you down. Lay you down and softly whisper pretty love words in your ear. Lay you down and tell you all the things my woman loves to hear. I'll let you know how much it means just having you around. Oh, darling, how I love to lay you down. There's
Oh, dude, when he says whisper, he's the old guy from Family Guy.
Yeah, Herbert.
He's got like that
The whoosh,
like
whoosh,
yeah
whisper.
yeah when he speaks, he's got that when he says whisper.
Dude, it's so bad. It's so bad because this is one of those things where I've told you about, like, okay, take the demographic of just who listens to country music. There are usually people that say the world is getting too fill in the blank, too sexual, too much profanity on TV or movies. You know, they're old-fashioned people. Meanwhile, this song is literally about him screwing his wife and how much he wants to. But because they put it in this deceptive little phrase, lay you down, like, it just, I don't even like saying it, okay? Because my inner country accent comes out. I didn't even say you. I said yeah. I don't want to. I want to say the full word. I want this phrase to not be creepy. But it is. And then you heard in the chorus, bro, like they had like it sounded like church music in the background vocals. Meanwhile, they're talking about coitus, for lack of a better word. I don't want to say it. But how do you feel about having heard the song now?
I actually thought it was gonna be worse. Out of the country songs I've heard, this isn't the worst. So
That's true.
it's
However,
I can understand him. So
that's
I don't know.
that's true.
I guess that's a positive.
Now you got the visual and you've heard the great Conway Twitty. Let's go to just about what you could imagine would be the exact opposite.
I didn't
Ray
want to see
Jepsen.
the visual though. That was
You don't
that
want
was
to see
definitely
Carly Rae
the worst part.
Jepsen? Well, this
No, I
would
was
be
talking
good.
about the other dude.
Okay,
the
yeah,
dude.
it was horrible.
Yeah.
I had to expose you to that because I think it's the combination of the two. Seeing him sing that is traumatizing, for sure.
I think his name's more ridiculous than his song though.
That's true, but between his name and the song, it's like, who's the biggest loser here?
I feel like my song won.
Oh, definitely.
Worst. Yeah, Red
For
Solo
sure.
Cup. It's got
Plus,
worse lyrics.
dude,
yeah.
this song, I don't even. There's no telling when it was recorded. There's really no telling, like 90s or 80s.
Yeah.
Whereas Toby
People
Keith
like
was
it
like,
though. Apparently,
unfortunately,
1.1K liked it on YouTube, and then
Yep.
people sharing in the
dude,
audience.
talk about stupid songs that people like. Let's get a song that's got a billion. That's with a B as in boy. 1,385,000,000 views.
I don't know if I can listen to the song again.
Okay, I'll try. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna err on the
Just get
side of
over it.
music again.
Just-
I'm gonna try to find some good. Okay, the intro's good with the violins, like or the synthesizer.
Oh, I thought we were gonna talk about it after we played it.
Yeah.
I threw a wish in the well. Don't ask me, I'll never tell. I looked at you as it fell, and now you're in my way. I trade my soul for a wish, pennies and dimes for a kiss. I wasn't looking for this, but now you're in my way. Your stare was holding, ripped jeans, skin was showing. Hot night, wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look right at you, baby. But here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. And all the other boys try to chase me, but here's my number, so call me maybe.
This episode of the podcast really tested our friendship.
lost in words. I couldn't. I needed to
This song,
go to a different place.
that's a nice car. That's about the only good thing I can say about it so far.
No, she's got like amazing vocals. It's just wasted on
Like this,
garbage lyrics.
I hate so much that this became like a catchphrase too. Call me maybe. I hate it. I hate everything
Because
about
I can
it.
see why it's popular. Because her vocals are very
She's talented
good.
for sure.
Yeah.
Plus, it's catchy, bro.
You can't take
It's
that
like
away.
Taylor Swift music. Like bad, yes,
Yes,
but
it's
catchy, bro.
It's catchy. Yeah.
Dude, was it Taylor Swift "Shake It Off" music video where she tries to twerk is comedy, and I don't even think she meant.
Wait, she tried to
make-
twerk?
Yes,
I did not know that.
yes. I will show you that off
No.
recording, so we can truly
No,
make.
I don't want to see it. Dude,
I wouldn't do that to
she's
you.
skinnier than I am. I don't
Dude.
want to see her twerk with like her bones. You know, like I'm good.
She's gonna pop a hip out like it's.
Yeah, you got me distracted.
That's
I was gonna
horrific.
say something.
Yeah, literally, her song "Shake It Off," bro. That music video shows her twerking, and it's truly an abomination. This one,
Why can't you just like call him? Be like, give me your number.
exactly. Plus, like,
Call me maybe. Like why?
Okay,
Why
yeah.
not just say like call me for show?
right.
Why does it have to be a maybe?
Good
Like
point.
it's almost like putting out like maybe call me. So if he doesn't call her, she said maybe.
Yeah, dude. And plus, it's this half-ass thing of like she's trying to act like the coy, like, what's the word?
No, like cute.
cute,
innocent?
Innocent way. Meanwhile, in
Yeah.
the same breath in the chorus, he's like, all
Like
the
she
other
was one
boys
of-
try to chase me,
At least
but
like
I think you.
what's that song with Nicki Minaj and
Ugh, bang bang.
Bang Bang? Yeah, at least they're honest about it. They're like
They're
upfront.
dude.
Like,
That's
take that over
That
this.
is three probably strong-willed women who just know what they want. Okay, like
yeah, I mean,
Plus,
I'd take that over this.
two of them are talented, and I'll just leave it up to you and the audience to decide who the fuck I think is useless and not talented at all.
I don't remember all the names. I'm
Nicki
sorry.
Minaj, Ariana Grande, and Jessie J. I forget what her real name is, but yeah.
Oh yeah, we talked about her. She had like a really good voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Jessie J, she's amazing. But
yeah.
yeah, this song has got over
A billion.
views. A billion, yeah, 7.3 million likes, and let's just there we go. And 352,000 dislikes. It's amazing. Like, this is like that song. Well,
Are we
it's
gonna
kind
be
of
like
a-
Simon Cowell and just like, I do not like your music. You do not
For
sing
sure.
well.
I'm definitely judging.
I give this a thumbs down.
Exactly. Like,
Move on. I feel like
I don't know why
this
my man would say
music is making our IQ drop.
that
So
is
one
a
more
great
song and
excuse
then
for
we're done.
me. So thank you.
One more bad song and then good songs.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll share this is a song I have mixed feelings about. First of all, have you ever heard it? Go tell honestly.
I don't know. I'd have to
All right.
listen
So
to it.
first off, I pretty much know that you're gonna think about it like I do in at least one way. The main vocalist's voice by itself is kind of annoying. Very Blink-182, whiny-ish emo music. But
That's a lot in one.
That's true. But it's like, you'll know what I mean. Like, his voice literally is like high-pitched, and if it was by itself, it'd be horrible. But it works with the context of the song, mainly because of like the drums and guitar. Actually, the guitar in this part is some of my favorite music ever made. Like, because I'm just gonna show you the first verse and chorus, then I want to show you the bridge, because it actually, like, the music changes constantly throughout it. So musically it's good, but vocally, the lyrics are good too, but the guy's voice is just questionable by itself. All right, I'll play it.
So it's just the voice that gets you?
Just the voice. I love everything else about the song.
Oh, alright.
Everything else. Okay, but I hate the voice enough to where it could be in the either or category. And plus, like, I love the guitar harmonies that are being done, because you'll notice it, like, one guitar is playing like a constant, like, doom, 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 and then the other is playing something around that to where it fits.
You sounded just like it. Nice.
I hate you. I was like, I got no. I don't want to show off my beautiful voice. Okay, that's the excuse I'm going with.
Is that
Alright.
why you made sounds of guitars with your
fuck yourself.
face?
Yes.
Alright.
Please don't mind what I'm trying to say, 'cause I'm being honest when I tell
hate the facial expressions.
you're part of the reason I'm so set on the rest of my life being a part of you. You tell me what you think about being open, about being honest with yourself. These things will never be the same.
What?
Yeah.
So I guess I'll see you around. You're spinning while I'm falling down. And now you know why I'm begging you to stay.
All right. I'm gonna pause right there. What do you think of it so far?
Why does that girl keep putting her fingers in her mouth?
Because the moral of the music video is be yourself. Online dating is not the way to go. So that poor misinformed girl apparently has had some bad female influence in her life and thinks that that's sexy.
No, but she's like, is she even like taking pictures or like on a
Maybe
webcam? Because if
she-
not,
maybe it's-
she's doing it by herself.
That's a good
Which
point.
in real
Maybe
life
it's
she's
like a childhood
just doing
fetish.
it for herself. That's
That's
weird.
maybe it's like some unresolved from her childhood. Maybe it's like a different kind of thumb sucking mentality. Who knows, bro?
Like if like I was on a date with a girl and she like just started like sucking on her like fingers like randomly, I'd be
Run.
like, "What are you doing? We're
No,
in, like,
don't ask her
public."
questions. Run.
I like to like understand why people do things, and then I run. So next time, like I'll know,
Dude,
like how to
that's-
like
you're
stay away.
You're braver
right?
than me, but I might outlive you with that mindset, bro. Because my fat ass will run for sure.
No, but I would if I learned from the mistake, so I like try to make sure it doesn't happen again.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So you continue to make it because you don't know how you got there.
That's true.
Ah.
Yes, but
Ah.
I'd still that level of scary scares me away. Literally, like I've literally had crackheads come up to me and try to ask for money and beg for money, and I was less stressed than having to deal with this girl sucking her fingers would be. Like I'll take a
Nice.
crackhead asking for money that could potentially turn violent over this chick any day, for sure.
No, but it does remind. Well, like when it first started playing, I was thinking like it like reminded me of Blink 182.
Mm-hmm.
But when he started singing it, I don't know what they're trying to go with that, like
Yeah.
a softer tone. So it's not exactly the same, but
Right.
the instrumentals like Blink
Right.
182.
And which I actually love. I love the guitar tone. I love the drums, how they sound. And do you see what I mean about the guitar harmonies? Like it's paced in a way that kind of keeps your attention throughout. Because
Yeah,
like you're partly listening to that constant chord the guy's playing. You know, the one that's I'm not even gonna try to impersonate it, you fucker. But
Oh,
it's
what
that
did I do? I'm just taking a drink and you call me a fucker. Just chilling.
accurate. He's got the one guy doing the constant guitar chord. Keep it. That's like the heartbeat of the riff, and then you've got that other guy doing the chord change over it. And it actually, I've seen a lot of channels do 2 guitar covers of this song, and it's really interesting to see how they overlap because they really are playing 2 kind of different things. They're in the same key and everything musically, but just their pacing is so different. Like because one is constant and then one is sporadic. So I do love that. And I'm gonna fast forward to the bridge because I want you to see what they do with like the last chorus, and then the last chorus they do something called halftime, meaning like the beat has been pretty constant. You know, like I'm gonna snap into the mic, like that's been about the pace. But then in the last chorus they're gonna cut that in half, and it sounds a lot heavier, like a rock song. But then they go right back into the fast pace. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Yeah, there's the
How can we resolve this now? We let it go, but wonder how this can ever
Wait for it. The voice. It's bad. It's like music's still good though, thank God. Here we go. This we didn't change it a little bit. This is what I'm talking about with the time change right here. Wait for it. And then finish off with a nice riff, same as it was in the beginning. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. The music video is about online dating, which is hilarious.
Well, this was made in 2009. I hope that band found a different singer, because they're good. They're really good, actually.
Yeah, and they didn't.
It's just, you're right. They just need a different singer.
His voice is unique. It's just I don't like.
It's just, I think it's just made for some different music.
Agreed.
Or a different band or something.
Yeah, like that. And I've listened to the song so much because I even tried to I tried to find a version where there was no vocals, like just the music part, because I love the guitar and the drums in it, bro. Sorry, I tried to find a version of this that was just the instrumentals with no vocals, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't find it rather. But yeah, that's a song that I equally love and hate because they both have what's called it's a guitar model called a Les Paul, and that's almost the same guitar I've got. It's like all their guitar playing and the drums is on point. It's just that voice is so undesirable to me personally. But yeah. All right, so now I'm kind of got back into something good. I'll pull up Lost Spring. I know their name. I know I've heard some of their music, so there's a good chance.
You don't know Offspring?
I know them. Yeah, I just don't know their name, their song by name. But I like them though. So we go right into finally something we both like fully. I'm pretty sure
I am
like
disappointed that you don't know them.
Bitch, I said I did know them. I just don't know their songs by name.
Just fine.
Shit, I love it already.
The winds of fortune don't blow the same. She had to get out and make a change. She had a kid now, but much too young. That baby daddy's out of the party, saying I'm on a roll with all the girls I know. His baby mama, she ain't so slowly saying I'm on a roll with all the girls I know. I know you wanna hit that. I know you wanna hit that. Oh, the world is getting with I say. Consequences are a lot, but hey, that's the way things go.
I love the electronica part of it, dude.
What was a family is now a shell. We're raising kids now who raise themselves. Sex is a weapon, it's like a drug. It gets them right into that grave that he just done. She's saying I'm on the run, I'm chasing guys for fun. Her baby daddy, it ain't his only one. She's saying I'm on the run, I'm chasing guys for fun. I know you wanna hit that, I know you wanna hit that. Everybody's getting with I say. Consequences are a lot, but hey, that's the way things go. Well, and words are broken up, really such a shame. But why not?
I love the music video.
Everything's a game, and it don't stop. Hooking up, nothing's gonna change. Well, the more he's trying, the more he's buying. He says I'm on a roll with all the girls I know. His baby mama don't need to know. He said I'm on a roll world is getting with I say. Consequences are a lot parade. That's the way things go.
That's messed up, bro. Oh, man. They even added the sound effect in for the sad dog? Jeez. That's heavy. Let me play the intro one more time. I love that. Dude, that's a fucking good song. I like
Have
how they
you heard this
changed
song
up the
before?
I have. It's been a while though. I love how the choruses are different too. It's not just like the same repetitive thing twice. They changed up the lyrics, but I love they did that. I love the intro. Drums are on point. One thing, there's one specific part in the chorus.
She ain't so slowly said I'm on a roll. With falling girls I know you wanna hit that. I know you want.
This is how the drums change. There's what's called a ride cymbal. And this is actually something I really love about drums is you're about to hear it here. Because on the ride cymbal, with the part that's like, think of like a circle. The part that's innermost on the circle, on the cymbal, if you hit it with the tip of the drumstick, it makes this really distinct bell sound. And that's what this is. You're about to hear in the chorus. Hear it, ting, 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 ting. It works so well here because it lets you know something's changing in the chorus. Like it brings your attention back. I love that.
Right. Yeah.
I
didn't know
love
this,
the
man.
video
Pretty
too.
cool.
Dude. Oh yeah, that's one thing I'm always listening to is because I want the drums. I'm very critical of drums and music. But this one nailed it. I love the music video too. Animation freaks me out a little, but I love it.
Yeah. It's definitely different. Offspring's kind of like that. They do a lot
Yeah.
of weird things. But the reason why I picked this song was because I feel like even like now, even though this was 2017, this still happens a lot, and there's a problem with it. Is like
Right.
the lyrics of the song kind of go on the thing like with Tinder, like they're going like guys and girls going around fucking and not like really worrying about the consequences or like having
Right.
kids or like, and you'll see that kind of like in the music video even kind of shows that like the dog's like, oh crap, I have all these kids now, and like I'm going and getting snipped, I'm actually dealing with the consequences.
Right. Exactly.
Consequent in the lyrics, it's like consequences are a lot, but hey,
Yeah.
like I'm just going around like having fun, you know.
Right. It's a good
I
message.
feel like
that
that's
dude.
something. Yeah.
It's like that that video I sent you of it was a while back, but it was Jordan Peterson talking about hookup culture. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I feel like this
Yeah.
really talks about it.
For sure,
like, the
dude.
problem
And
with
like, very brave for music to address that because usually music could be like the outlet for a lot of frustration. So it's usually used in like a creative, like self-expression. Let me do what I want kind of thing. Whereas this one is
Yeah.
like pointing out like, hey, there's a major problem. Need to pay attention to it.
Well, I don't feel like it's bad for like people to go and hook up. I think that's like alright, but I feel like people don't think about things and they overdo it. Like both men and women both are
Yeah,
very
for sure.
bad at this. This is a total like all genders.
Exactly. Yeah.
They
both are
just
guilty of this.
have no self-control. They don't think, oh, condom. Oh, I don't need a condom this time. I'll be fine. Or no birth control, or like the girl lying about birth control. Somebody poking a hole in a condom. I found out that guys and girls do that. Like both actually do that, which is insane. So they can stay with a person. Like it's not just a girl like, oh, I want to keep them. It's like guys will do it too, which is insane to me.
Same. Like like me and you have talked a lot about like who wants kids versus who doesn't. Like, I mean, that's really about one of those things we kind of disagree on or feel differently about in life. But we can both definitely agree on that. Is like, even though I do eventually want kids, I couldn't even conceive of like getting one in that way. Like, that's a level of deception I just can't wrap my head around. But it's also like it's like a double-edged sword. It's like you can't put yourself in that position to let it happen. But it's not granting anybody an excuse. But still, like Peterson always has like a approach of how did we get to this point?
Right.
And it's like, man, like, hookup culture is not bad for anyone. Like, especially when this particular situation happens.
Yeah. Because the nobody thinks about the kid thing. They're just having fun, and now
Right.
you're stuck with raising a human being,
Right.
and you're still in that party phase, and now you have to raise how many kids, and
Exactly.
how many of these kids are not going to be raised right because you weren't in the right mindset.
Mm-hmm. It's like,
And
dude,
I'm not
like,
just talking about one gender. I'm talking about all of them, because
yeah.
either one can easily mess up a kid
Yeah, for sure.
or not
Like,
raise them right.
exactly.
And
Like,
then there's like a bunch of them, because like if you hook up a lot, like what is that movie, Idiocracy?
yeah.
Where they're
Oh,
talking about like showing at the beginning,
yep.
or the dumb guy is like having sex with all the girls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like that, like both genders, like they're just,
For sure.
it's too sporadic, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this talks about like you need to think about the consequences and try to, because it's not just you're hooking up, it's you're not thinking about what could
Exactly. Yeah.
happen or preparing for it not to happen, or like I will bring a condom, I will make sure
Right.
she's taking whatever, because there's like a bunch of different birth controls now, like I don't even know them all.
Right.
But anyways,
But yeah,
that's why I
dude,
like the music video, because it brings it up, because nobody talks about it really.
Right. And then, dude, like, I told you I'm rewatching Shameless. Like, I'm at that part where Debbie is about to have the kid, and it's like that little psychopath. Like, it's like she thinks like having a kid is gonna like fix her position in the family because she's like the middle child of the Shameless family, and it's like even like several different people in the show tried to convince her, like, hey, might want to reconsider. Like they're of
Well, at
course
first it
they're
seemed like she was like all about the kid, the, I don't remember his name, her boyfriend at the time.
yeah, Derek.
Yeah, and then she probably thought like keeping it would keep him.
Yep. Yeah, because
And then after
Derek's
that, she's
family,
like, I want a baby. Like, oh, no.
dude, they shipped him off literally to another country. Like, no. They shipped him off first, but then he actually enlisted in the Air Force. So, literally, kind
Yeah.
of, like, that's rough. But, yeah, in the show, their solution is abortion. But another discussion that never happens in situations like that is adoption. And even then, bros, like, advocates of people who want people in this situation to consider adoption, it's also like you can never just say to someone, especially like a guy to a woman, hey, my political beliefs are gonna make it to where you have to endure 9 months of this and then give that child up after you go through literally one of the most stressful things in life. Like, it can get politically, what's the word, flammable so quick, but it's always like it's like a universal agreed upon that this situation is not ideal, and that's like the best way you could say it.
Yeah, it causes a lot of, like this one act can cause so many problems, you know?
Because, dude, you can think of
That's why you got to think about the consequences, because they are there for a reason. And
Exactly.
people talk about them, people go through them, and people still ignore them. Like, it's crazy.
for sure. It's like kind of like it's just another way that Peterson described human nature. He says this is like a good description of just like the human spirit or the soul, whatever you want to call it, is freedom to do evil but oriented towards the good. I was like, that's a great way to say things, because I mean you can do all the evil you want, but like at the end of the day, there's going to be like governing principles that just steer people toward the good.
Yeah, enough of like my heavy
I love it, dude.
song. What was your awesome song? I can't wait.
You want to do Tom McDonald first or Nothing Nowhere? I'm leaving it up to you.
It's all up to you, man.
Okay. I'm gonna save the heaviest one for last. So we'll do. Well, they're both kind of heavy.
Is that Church by Tom McDonald? I think
yeah.
I've heard a little bit of it. I haven't heard
Yeah,
the
we'll
whole
listen
thing.
to it because, dude, the screen pulled
yeah.
back out. But dude, this song. I'll just say it beforehand. Like, I sent it to you immediately, and bro, like, just the lyrics alone got me, bro. Like, first time I ever heard the song, I remember specifically breaking down and crying because it was a bad point where I literally said to you even sometimes, because I have bad trouble sleeping. I used to depend on whiskey for it, and then I built up a serious tolerance for it, like way too much. Like, I think I told you it was around $100 a week, which adds up. and I didn't want it to go past that point. So I just literally would drink whiskey at night till I got sleepy, because I've always had trouble getting to sleep. And
Once you build a tolerance to it,
It's
that's
scary.
the more you drink, and
Yeah.
you just can't consume more to get to that same first buzz
Mm-hmm.
you had. It's crazy. You're right.
exactly, and yeah, for about probably over a year, closer to 2 years now, I've been on Ambien, and Ambien is, I don't know if it's this particular dose, but for me, bro, it doesn't kick in for hours, but when it does, it's just like it sneaks up on you, and I haven't noticed it helping me at all. And one of the saddest things that I've kind of said or observed about life in general is that it's really easy for me to miss whiskey because it helps me sleep. That there's a line in this song where basically he said he keeps buying whiskey, but all he needs is church. And I was like, man, like I understand the meaning behind it, but there's definitely something I struggle with. So as soon as I heard it, like in music form, it like just immediately hit a part of me that I really hadn't talked about out loud or even acknowledged. That kind of thing. Alright, but I'll let it play. Alright. So yeah. When I heard that one, it's one of the songs, man. It's just like I wasn't expecting someone to put my thoughts into like a song that well. I love the way it's mixed too, like the hook and the chorus, bro. It's like it's perfectly mixed because you can hear, of course, Tom's voice, like it's the main part of it. But if you really listen, you can kind of hear his girlfriend Nova doing the background vocals, but they're mixed so well to where it still makes he's still the leader of it. You know, like he's still the commanding voice in the song.
Yeah, since they're like his thoughts. Yeah, I get what
Yeah.
you're saying.
And
I'm
bro,
not a big fan of auto-tune, but I mean,
Yeah.
I can respect like I mean, this probably wasn't an easy song to like put out, you
Oh,
know?
definitely not. Yeah. Like, bro, 'cause I definitely probably wouldn't be brave enough to do it in his position. 'Cause I'm barely brave enough to talk about these issues on a podcast, but it's good that artists like this exist. Like, not even specifically Tom, but just artists like him, NF, Hobson, Kendrick, that will talk about shit like this, but they still can they can literally be poets about it. Like, if the lyrics of the song were by themselves, it would still be like some real personal, heavy poetry. Like, you could also replace it with, like, you could imagine someone doing it as like a spoken word kind of thing, which I used to hate, but once you hear it done well, like, it's gonna touch anybody. So I don't care who it is. Yeah, but on this one, like, I love also that, like, Tom did the first verse, Brandon Hart did the second one, and like I really don't know which verse kind of hits me more because each of them have like a very specific line. The first one, I misheard it the first time where Tom says, I need shots or God to get liquid courage, and at first I thought it said shots of God, and I was like, oh, shots of God, like little doses, of religion to get you through. I thought he was taking that angle, but no, he just said he needs shots or God. And I was like, that's heavy, bro. Like we don't even have to make it about the religious aspect of it, but you can.
Well, it says church, and then it
Yeah,
has like
that's
a
true.
lot of lyrics. You gotta talk about it. So,
Yeah, we do, but I'm just saying, like, this is a song that could be marketed to, like, atheists could hear this and still understand the meaning. You know what I mean? Like, it's.
yeah.
I
Well,
don't.
I don't think it's trying to push like religion on people. I
Right.
think it's trying to bring up like when artists bring out these songs like this, I think it's trying to give like awareness that you're not like alone
Exactly.
and other people go through this trouble as well, and that's why they want to put out the songs to actually like help people get through this.
Yeah. And this is
bad
something
times.
like, dude, me and actually Zach have spoke about it several times. And I don't want to get bogged down in a religious discussion, but I just want to make it specific to the song. Like, for the majority of human history, church really has just been church and community have always went hand in hand. Like, you could easily have a discussion about where the quote unquote church lost its way. Like, you could point to periods in time, but the point remains, like you said, it's the message is you're not alone. And church, you could replace it like with family, community. Like, for most of human history, people always turn to their family, then their community, then the local church. But then there's argument to be made that once church and government, once their roles get twisted and replaced, or fill in the blank, that's when you kind of need to like slow down, because it's much better for people, even if you have argument against church or whatever, it's much better to be dependent on community most times than the government.
Like, I think it would be good for like churches and like anybody who wants to like follow like religion in that sense. I think it would be nice for it to be like it help people when they are in need. Like, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
But where a lot of churches are and like other religion, it kind of gets milked down by like power, and
For sure.
you could say that's where the church went wrong, is when they got too much power, and then it
Mm-hmm.
became more about that than the actual point of like helping people.
Exactly. And I mean, like, we could probably both think of churches that if they just saw Tom McDonald, they'd probably turn him away, literally just because of looks and nothing else. Meanwhile, they'd still be preaching the hypocrisy of "Come as you are, we accept you." But like, that's another thing that makes that song so heavy, is there's like a general snobbiness around some churchgoers that would turn away people like Tom McDonald, even though like he even says it in here, bro. Part of the lyrics it says sorry. He said, "Go to hell and back again, then show you burns to prove I earned it." He said, "I need shots or God to gain the strength I need. I'm just a person." Like that's a heavy line there, dude. Like, shots or God to gain the strength I need. I'm just a person. Like, we're all just people, bro. Like, the point is, like, the church should be this super open, come as you are, truly, we accept you, period, place. And somewhere along the line, like you said, the church got too much power, and also the message started getting, like, watered down. Like, people disagreed on little things, so they literally started different churches. Like, without getting, I don't want to get, like, too specific, but, like, the church I grew up in is a Southern Baptist church. And Southern Baptists, basically, they are, from the name, they put a heavy emphasis on baptisms. But anyone that's read the Bible knows that actual baptizing of someone is always a symbolic thing. It's second to your relationship with God, or fill in the blank, you know, like, there could be argument made that that's when church started losing their ways with those denominations. People disagree over little things, and then the community actually suffers because there's this unspoken rivalry between churches because of the denominations. That means they have to disagree on stuff, and the stuff that they disagree on usually does not matter at all. It's actually something that's it makes it, I mean, just to be frank, it makes it harder to be a Christian today, dude. Like, because if you say you believe in God or the Bible, how many versions of the Bible are there? You know, like hundreds?
Yeah.
It's like, most people still go from the translation from hundreds of years ago. But yeah, this song, yeah, when I first heard it, bro, it just like almost knocked me over. I've had actually a couple, I usually only had that with a NF, but when I heard this song, like, it hit me heavy, bro. But yeah,
Yeah, it
sorry, I
talks
talked
about
a lot
like heavy
there.
stuff.
Sorry, I talked a lot there. What do you think about the song? Like, do you like it, hate it?
Not like the message it tries to send out, in the sense of, like, it's not just you going through it, like,
Right.
other people go through it, and these are things that people actually struggle with, and it's kind of bringing a light into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
it just depends with, like, the religion thing. Like, if you want to take it there and just ignore the song, I think that's something you shouldn't do, because it's not just talking about religion. Some people turn to religion for, like, guidance or, like, help to get past these bad things, like, say, like, drugs or alcohol. It just
Yeah, for
helps
sure.
them get through it. If that helps you get through it, I think that's a good thing. Now, what do you think this is about, real quick, this song, before playing it?
Well, I see a kid's birthday party. Is that I already run it? Or just
No,
like if I heard the title?
Just like what you see as the picture and the name. What do you think it's about, if you had to guess?
If I had to guess, I have no idea. Like, one of those days where just everything goes wrong for someone.
It's a good guess.
Because of the thumbnail of it, dude in the hairnet in the tub with some whiskey. So, he
Oh,
must be
nice.
having a
Yeah.
good time. But yeah, then.
So you
that's
think
the
it's gonna
kid's
be like
birthday
Red
party.
Solo Cup?
Yes, but in a real way.
Oh, okay.
In a not stupid meme way. This is probably gonna. I imagine just the name of the song, "Fucked Up Day." It means you're trying to get a particular message across. Alright, I'll play it.
What message could that be?
Dude, he's had the best day ever. I think there's even a
Best day
song
ever?
called that.
That's what you think? Okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Oh, he's gonna hit someone in the face.
I got crown in my cup. I got crown in my drown in my I might drown in my talk. This some powder that Whitney, that powder's powerful stuff. Binge watching Power for hours, man, a power outage resort. Even though I'm out of it, I don't think that I'm out of it drunk. I go outside of my house and the front is cloudy as fuck. Fucked up cause of cloudiness cars me to feel down, need to chill out. I can't crawl out of the dumps. A lot of drowsy drowsiness, I'm drowsy from the volumes I took. Earlier, 5 minutes later, my neighbor came out and waved to me with his 9-year-old son. Geeked up on a 5-day long run, and it just occurred that I'm shirtless with a gun inside of my trunks. I should go inside, I might have frightened him so white I might burn. Put on a shirt, left herb in a tray, I had to skip on the blunt. Got rolling paper, changed the channel cause the sitcom was on. Did tube in the drugstore, pay attention, thinking negative thoughts. Heart beating, panicking, 8 miles Xanaxes, and I chased it with scotch. Like fuck the day, wanna run away, tryna numb the pain, but I can't with a shame. It's a fucked up day, another fucked up day. I'm drunk another day, wanna run away, tryna numb the pain, but I can't with a shame. It's a fucked up day, another fucked up day. I woke up on the floor, I woke up, I'm still drunk, I must've broke something, I'm sore. I must've fucked up for sure. Looks like my knuckles are busted, my knuckles scuffed with no skin. This ain't the first time, cause the first was the worst, I done it again. Done, so many dumb things, look around and study the mess. Look, there goes one of my chef nights right up under my desk. Looks like I done did my usual, becoming obsessed with getting drunk and telling people I'ma cut off their head. Cut off by friends, family, then there's a bottle, it's got a couple sips left. I don't give a fuck if it spits. Bang, 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 bang on the door, my lady saying, hey, you awake? I told her first, I know you're mad, what happened, can you explain? Said, well, you cussed out my sister, and then you threatened to smack her. You chased her outside with a knife because she dissed Michael Jackson. You started punching the hood of your car, harassing the neighbors. You did a line on IG Live and cried all night like a baby. This gotta stop. Wanna run away, tryna numb the pain, but I can't with a shame. It's a fucked up day, another fucked up day. I'm drunk another day, wanna run away, tryna numb the pain, but I can't with a shame. It's a fucked up day, another fucked up day. Drunk another day, wanna run away, tryna numb the pain, but I can't with a shame. It's a fucked up day, another fucked up day.
Yeah, that hit heavier than I was expecting for sure. Especially that
Yeah.
part right before the chorus.
So
Yeah,
the reason
sorry.
I picked that was I know it's kind of like a little softer. It's got a little more like comedy in it.
Right.
But if you like really pay attention, you've been through like bad times, like you'll see like the messes that are made. He's talking about like family. He's like yelling at his sister-in-law. He's yelling at his girl. He's like having fights here and there.
Yeah.
He's like putting cigarettes and like doing stupid shit because he's fucked up. And the reason why he is fucked up is because he wants to numb the pain. And that's because it's another fucked up day. And that's his excuse to continue this charade even though he knows it's bad.
Right.
So it's a crazy thing because it's almost like a comedy sketch you're watching, but then it's like there's a deeper meaning to it, or that's how I take it.
Yep.
So
Like
for
you-
me, that song has hit me at home, like the other song did for you. So
For sure, because I mean, it's got such specific instances. Like, if you treat it kind of like a story instead of a song, you know, like first verse is about him going outside shirtless, and he forgets he has a gun. He even drops it as his neighbor is taking out his young son, and then
it's 9 years old.
yeah, and then he thinks to himself, you know, he wants to go back inside. He wants to run away because he don't want to frighten him, but he's like, so he's like self-aware that his behavior could scare someone, but like you said, it's just a fucked up day. And then
And the reason the gun popped out when he fell down is because he's messed up, and he's like so messed up he can't understand his actions. Like all these actions that he's doing in the music video, that's something that somebody would actually do in real life.
yeah, for sure.
So like if you have a kid and you're doing that, like then they grow up watching this and they like see you're a clown, you're a fool.
Right.
That's
And
who you
then,
are.
or they could also model that behavior because that's the behavior they
Oh.
grew up with.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
You know. And then the second verse, I mean, it says, "You cussed out my sister and you threatened to smack her. You chased her outside with a knife because she dissed Michael Jackson." Started
That's
punching
kind of
the-
funny though.
That is though, and by the way, that
I mean, it should be
Well,
funny, but in a way it is.
but it
But
definitely is.
that's like, put it in like real life. Like, think how bad that would really be.
yeah, it was like yeah, it's like exactly right.
Like you
it
could
is
lose
comedic,
your
but
marriage over that,
yeah, you could be easily arrested. Like
or arrested. Yeah.
yeah,
And-
then it
'cause you're
says
like
you-
threatening them.
yeah, the lyric right after that says you started punching the hood of your car, harassing the neighbors. You did a line on IG Live, then cried all night like a baby. Like it goes from that comedic but sad part then to like heavy shit, like okay, violent.
Yeah, it's something that like is kind of light, so you can listen to it, but like also where you can like really think about it. Like I love his line about my family's like an empty bottle. It's only got a couple sips left. I don't care if
Oh,
it
dude.
spits. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, let me. Is that is that the second verse?
I think so.
Let me find it.
I think it's before the where he's talking about his girl. But I'll never forget
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Cut off by friends, family. Damn, there's a bottle. It's got a couple sips left. I don't give a fuck if it spits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's heavy, bro. Yeah. And it's actually kind of like a perfect segue into like my next one because we used to talk about that one, but like it's a sad thing because I love the way the guy the hook was good in the chorus too though, but because that's like just it's another fucked up day, but he sings it like it's like he's excited to sing it, so it's kind of like a thing of just like shrugging off, saying everything's okay.
Yeah, but then you like hear at the end it starts to go down
Yeah, for
with
sure.
this tone. That's crazy.
Yeah, because the majority of it's just kind of enthusiastic. Kind of keeps your attention. Very upbeat. Starts with like a kid's birthday party. Then
Yeah.
it just kind of gets darker and darker and darker. Super sad at the end. And that's kind of like the vibe that one of the songs I picked kind of starts with. Is that
The
nothing?
picture's freaking me out.
Oh, it's hilarious. Like I
What
wonder
is
if he
that?
was.
Is
I
that
think
his
it's.
skin?
No. He's got like a stocking or something, like a woman's stocking, like pulled over his head. That's why it's like like squishing his face like that. But yeah, there's nothing nowhere. Name of the song is "Reminisce." Right, dude. It literally, I love the whole song because it starts out like it lulls you in because it's kind of just droning, kind of electronic sounded, but then it's got these subtle little chord changes that just kind of. It's almost like a heartbeat thing, where it's like a wave, like you're on a wave. That's the way the intro has always thought of me. But and then he's got, it's like your song, and that it does have and Tom McDonald's, it does have like an auto-tuned hook that it always comes back to. But then, dude, when he starts rapping like that first verse, like this one hit me. Have you heard this one before?
I don't know. It doesn't look familiar, but
Yeah, I'm sure you
know.
remember that. That cover art. All right, I'll start.
yeah, but if it's on the radio or something,
That's true.
like
It's too late to save my city. You can't expect me to change. It's too late to save my sanity. Some things just won't be the same. I don't wanna hurt, I wanna hide. Fall through the floor in the dirt, spend some time by myself inside the earth, like what's worse? Think the burns will hurt less than missing her, cause I'm just a backwoods boy, need a break, let me breathe. I'm sick of big city noise, putting words in my mouth, reading things online, think you got me figured out. Change up, I will never change up. White tea in my cup, I've been on the same stuff. Wake up, I can never wake up. Stay in bed, skip alarms, started feeling so stuck. It's too late to save my sanity. You can't expect me to change. It's too late to save my sanity. Some things just won't be the same. Got too many problems of my own now. And if I don't address them, I'ma blow now. You know that I'm a mess and I can't slow down. Feel it in my chest, nowhere to go now. Let me be, oh, let me breathe. I can never be someone else's remedy. Change up, I will never change up. White tea in my cup, I've been on the same stuff. Wake up, I can never wake up. Stay in bed, skip alarms, started feeling so stuck. It's too late to save my sanity. You can't expect me to change. It's too late to save my sanity. Some things just won't be the same.
It's got fades out there. But yeah, dude, that one, like, even now hearing it, like, it does amaze me when people can put specific, like, mental health struggles to music, because music can be this joyful therapeutic thing, and it can be sad and therapeutic too, but most music, I would say, probably is joyful, or like, I don't know, you could think of like dramatic in some way, and this one is too, but it just starts out with a sad electronic music, and it's just like sad most of the way through, man. Like, even the lyrics is just kind of, it's a good description of depression, because sometimes you just don't even, when someone asks you what's wrong, you might as well say sometimes, I don't know. Because if the way you're feeling is something you can't understand, like, how are you going to try to explain it to someone else, What do you think? Did you like it?
Yeah, you pick a lot of sad songs, man. It's a good
Yeah.
thing I picked some music.
For sure. I can bring Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe back up if you want.
He's got like a good, he's got a really good voice. It's perfect for what the music they're playing.
Yeah.
Unlike that one bad song you, like, I guess half bad song, or you want to call it half bad?
Yeah.
Or the guy's voice didn't fit. This guy's voice fits with what they're trying to pull, or
Very much,
what
yeah.
they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was good. This is definitely not something I listen to, because I
Yeah.
don't like sad stuff very often.
Oh yeah, dude. That's actually a lot of his, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like I remember the first time I heard this one. It does a good job of reeling you in at the beginning, because it kind of like lulls you. It's like music maybe you could almost go to sleep to. But then, I mean, the chorus says, it's too late to save my sanity, you can't expect me to change. And then it repeats, too late to save my sanity, some things just won't be the same. I was like, some people are just stuck in that state of mind. Like, it's, like, there's a TED Talk by a guy named, I gotta remember his name, Andrew Solomon, and it's talking about depression. I think the name is The Secret That We All Share, or something like that. And
That's a good one.
yeah, you know that TED Talk? You know the same one? Or
No, I don't, but I like the title. It
Yeah,
fits with
it's,
what he's talking about.
dude, and one of the lines he has in it, he says, one thing that depressive people struggle with is when you start taking the medication, do you become more of what you actually are, or are you getting further away from who you are? Like, I think the way he says it exactly is the medicine making you more like yourself or less like yourself? And that's one of those, like, soul searching questions, dude, that I think anyone
Well,
that's. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I know that when I was younger, I think I told you this. They said I had ADHD,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and they gave me like medication. I was like, I don't know, 6,
Right. Like,
and
6 years
it
old,
just
dude.
I remember being like young and being like, I hate this, and so like I remember like throwing out the medication,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Yep.
don't like it's such a small amount, honestly. Like I don't know why they diagnosed me with that.
Plus, it's
Like
6.
yeah.
Every 6-year-old is
It was weird,
ADHD.
but I remember like being that age and it making me just feel like it making it's like hard to describe, but like a sad, like I don't have energy,
Yeah.
like it like depressed,
Yeah, for
like it
sure.
was making me not want to do stuff and
A medicine that
feeling
makes you
miserable.
depressed or makes you feel depressed. Like the
Yeah,
irony.
and at that young age you don't really understand. You
Yeah.
just know that, like I don't know. I just knew that I didn't like it and I didn't want to
Yeah.
take it anymore. It was crazy.
I felt
But sorry.
similar. No, you're good. No, because I have a similar thing. It actually happened to me. I was older. This was just within the last 2 or 3 years. But I can't remember the name of the medication. But
Well, do you want to say it?
do what? Sorry.
I was just saying, do you actually want to say the name of the medication, or do you want to kind
Yeah,
of leave that
because
out?
this is I could. That's a good point. Yeah. I don't know if I can remember it. I wouldn't even
I was
remember.
saying, do you want to say it? I mean, if you don't
No,
want to, we
I
can.
want to. I just can't remember it.
Okay. What?
But it was a generalized antidepressant. Fuck, hold on. Let me think. Oh man. Because right now I'm on Wellbutrin, which is a lower dose antidepressant. So I'm wondering if just saying the name of the medication would help me remember it. But no, I can't remember it. Anyways, but it had that same feeling on me, but the context was a little different. I was like, the first day I took it, this is when I was still actually working, and like at the physical office location. Like, I remember that the medicine had me, like, just for context, I work in a call center, so literally headset on, sitting at the desk most all the day. But this medicine was so bad that it got me so nauseous that I, threw up twice at work. And because all the irony of that is that it adds a whole other layer of stress to it, because every minute I'm not on the phone, it's kept track of. It's counted. So the irony of this medicine is supposed to make me feel not as depressed, adding this whole other layer of shit I could stress about, and plus the fact that who just wants to take a medicine that makes them throw up? Like, it was discouraging. Luckily, I did go to another therapist after that. A completely different business, and they actually got my medication corrected. Like,
Yeah. So
um,
when you had all those things happen, did it like almost discourage you from even like trying again?
for
Like
sure.
this
Yeah,
is not
because
something I ever want to try again.
I remember that even the psychiatrist, the first one I saw, like, I only talked to them for about maybe 5 minutes. Who I talked to the most was actually the nurse beforehand, who literally just read me off like had a clipboard and questions, and they just read them off, and she just wrote stuff down. Um, I was like, I'm not in a fucking game show. Like, like one of the questions that they asked me was, have you ever had thoughts about harming yourself or others? And even though I had answered that for myself, when someone in a official capacity asks you that question, it's like a knee-jerk reaction, because you just don't want to admit you're a bad person or you've had these bad thoughts.
What makes it makes you defensive for sure,
Right. Yeah,
because
because
they're like asking you something personal, but like
extremely.
it's one
Yeah.
of those personal questions where even in their profession, they're not supposed to judge you. It's immediately they're judging you for who you are and what your thought process is without like understanding who you really are.
Right. especially in the context of like just this questionnaire that I'm being asked. It's like all these answers are being tallied up to be added up to how fucked up is this person. You know, like plus there's a fear of if you say yes, I've thought about harming myself. You know, some like you.
Like your head just goes down a -2, right?
For sure.
Of
Plus,
thoughts.
there's the worry about even, dude, like patients in hospitals. They can put people on psychiatric holds up to like 2 to 3 days, 48 to 72 hours, if they are suicidal. Meaning, like they could literally like have you handcuffed to a bed to prevent suicide, which of course is good, but a suicidal person doesn't think so. A suicidal person thinks this could be used to make me sadder. And
Well, sorry, go ahead.
I was just that's what makes that question so messed up is from them asking the question, you feel like there's no good answer, one way or the other.
Well, like with you going through all that, like think of how many people go through like the same thing, like with the I guess wrong medication. How would you categorize that? Like just some medication that didn't work for you. That
Yes,
went badly.
that, and also it was
How many people
there
would
was a lack
just
of
give up
depth.
after that?
Yeah,
Right?
for sure. Because I definitely thought
'Cause, I
about
mean,
it. I mean, just because
yeah.
the fact that I talk, like I feel like the average person thinks of a psychiatrist and they think of maybe the hour appointment, and they might think of some stereotypes like you laying on the bed while the psychiatrist taking notes. Whereas, if done correctly, it's a conversation. And
Well, that's how
like,
it should be.
yeah, and in the context of my first psychiatrist appointment, it was a questionnaire with a nurse and a psychiatrist summarizing these questions to make sure, just to check certain boxes like they have. Like, this patient will check these boxes and I can give them this medicine. I can get them out of my way as soon as possible. That's the way I felt. I felt like what I imagined a kid would have felt like for being just dismissed.
Wait.
Might be a good way of saying it.
Were they like the ones that asked their first question is like, "How do you feel?"
Yeah. Yeah,
That make me want to punch them in the throat
for
for real.
sure. Yeah, it's
Ah,
because, dude,
is it? Yeah, the whole point is for you to. It's not easy for anybody to open up and say private things,
Right.
and then when they're treating you like you're another number or another, like I'm the day of something work.
Yep.
You know, like I gotta get this done. Let's just listen to what he gotta say and then move along, or what she's gotta say, move along, right? Nobody wants to be like feels like that. 'Cause not all in their profession do that, but there are a lot out there, and that creates problems,
For sure.
especially when lots of people need help and they don't get it right.
Yeah, and then luckily, psychiatrist I have now is actually willing to have those conversations and checks in regularly. Like, it's such a contrast from that first exposure, because even though I was not suicidal at the time, I did have a tendency towards violence. Like I would actually fantasize to violent situations because in my mind I was convinced that that would be the best way to relieve this stress. I didn't have good stress relief systems at that time. So when
Do you feel like you have it better now? Like
better,
relief?
but like it's like a different set of problems have arose, but I definitely have better tools to work with it now because where would I be had I not been given some medication or any? Like it.
Yeah, well, think about like if you just gave up, where do you think you'd be?
Dead.
Like, most people just give up.
I'd
They're in,
probably
like,
be
a
dead.
bad situation.
Yeah, it's a very heavy thing to say, but I probably wouldn't be here.
I think it's something to be proud of because you didn't give up and you're
right.
improving. You know,
Yeah,
nothing
and
improves
you
fast.
were definitely
but-
a big part of that too, and I appreciate it. 'Cause I remember that was one of those things that happens as soon as it happened. It's like you don't fully understand it happening in the moment, but as soon as I got out of that office, I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" Because I'm not
The
this
negative
person.
time?
Yeah, the negative time. Sorry. Yeah, when I got out of that first bad appointment, my first thought was, "What the fuck just happened?" Because I am not the type to just cow down and just be okay just with answering questions. Like I've changed that in myself now to where I should have really made that doctor at the time understand, but also it was still a bad experience from their point of view how they handled it. But the me now would have made it through that better than I did then, because I was just so furious. Like felt like I felt like I was just prescribed this medication that they didn't really care whether or not it cured me, or helped me, or had any positive effect. It was like literally just give this medicine out of my office. That's how it felt. You know, that's a very, very unique feeling. But yeah, that song is always. I mean, we could say just music in general has probably saved as many lives as, think of like a profession saved life. Like, you know, obviously I'm EMT, firefighters, police officers, doctors, surgeons. Like, music is probably up there with them as far as how many lives it saved, because I can for sure say it saved mine. If there was no music in this world, I would have an even shittier opinion of it than I do now, and that is saying something. Because music is like, it's this universal language, man. Like, I think one quote said, music expresses that which cannot be said and on which it is impossible to be silent. Because
that's a good one.
It's so good, because I can speak just as a musician, bro. Like, playing, I only know how to play guitar and drums, but playing a musical instrument, like this says, it's, once you have like the foundational knowledge, you're never going to be okay with not playing and not making this sound. Once the sound becomes consistent and good, it's like all the music that I put on my YouTube channel, bro. Like, those are literal ideas that I would not be okay if they weren't recorded or remembered, because I would still probably remember them in my head, but it was like I didn't want to take the chance of forgetting it. So like, I had to make a record of it. Playing instruments is so much fun, but it's almost like there's a deeper level of appreciation. I love noticing little details. Like, it doesn't make me better than anyone, for sure, but just, it's like my ear is accustomed to, you know, looking for different things. It's like that song from The Offspring, you know, that ride cymbal, that ting 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 sound.
Yeah.
The Cat Williams reference, but
Oh,
yeah.
little ting ting.
Little ting ting.
Poor little ting ting.
But yeah, like I love knowing like those little details, because like a good musical arrangement, bro, is life-saving, literally. Because if you just there's a YouTube video, bro, where this guy, it's for some kind of fundraiser, and what he does is he composes a original song with a full orchestra in 15 minutes, which to me sounds impossible. That's a whole other, because, you know, just my little songs that I write, there might be 4 or 5 guitar parts, but it's me doing it in the moment, and not. I usually obviously rehearse a lot before I record, so I've got the whole thing almost memorized. Whereas this guy in this video, he composes a part for the piano, the violin, the cello, the viola, the trumpets, the bassoons. Like, think of all the different orchestral instruments. Like, he writes music on the spot and just makes a song out of nothing.
Well, didn't you say like Prince knew like a bunch of different
Oh, dude, Prince
like,
is
a bunch of different things, or like
Prince is
Or is it
musical
hard?
Jesus. But yeah, sorry, I can look that up later. As far as closing thoughts, man, like, basically you had the happy music. Even the bad music was happy, and I had the sad shit.
I wouldn't say mine's happy. It's just it sounds happy, but it has like a
Yeah.
deep meaning to it.
Well, yeah. Better way to say it is, both of our bad music is pretty happy, but then like as far as
Oh, yeah.
our
You talking
our
about bad
favorite
music,
music, it talked about real shit and usually pretty dark conversations that people are just unwilling to have sometimes, man. And it's like music. That's another great thing that music is good for. Is one thing that's lacking in our
Cleansing of the soul.
cleansing of souls. Good way of saying, like, that's exactly what it does. One time I heard a pastor describe even churches like a recharging of your battery. I've pretty much rejected that and just replaced it with music because I feel like that's more accurate.
Nice.
Like, because dude, sometimes I'll just put on music just at work, dude. Like just it being there helps. Like, even just tracking a beat, bro. Like, a lot of times, dude, even like the ASMR stuff I listen to, it's more music than anything. Every now and then it'll be something different and weird. But a lot of times it's just music. Like, have you ever listened to it's called lo-fi music? L-O-F-I music?
I'm not sure.
Hey, you might want to check it out because it's got mainly composed of hip-hop beats, but it's also like really intricate guitar, electric guitar and piano, but to a hip-hop beat. Really good shit. Maybe check it out. But yeah, music is one of those things that I have. I could never not talk about music. There's always going to be something amazing about it that I'm like. Even today, it doesn't feel like 2 hours have gone by. Definitely not for me, at least, bro. Because I could talk about music, especially good music like this, like that we both picked out. Like, you could, if you wanted to dive into the messages of those songs, it wouldn't even take you hours. It'd take you days, weeks, months, years. You know, like,
Depending on the song, yeah.
yeah, you got
Like the bad song, like Red Solo Cup. How long is that gonna take you? 15 minutes?
Dude, you just made a
2
perfect.
minutes.
Oh, you just gave a perfect example. Maybe that's what makes it bad music. Is there's nothing more to talk about with it. Whereas
Well, it's
our
mindless.
songs, there's always a comment. Yeah, brainless. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You said it better. Yep, I got you.
No, brainless. That's a perfect label for it for sure. Because it's so true. Like, literally, one song is about a girl wanting to get a guy's number, as if that is a difficult concept ever for women ever. Just to throw that out there. The other song is literally about a plastic red cup.
It's about the maybe call me. Maybe. Not for sure. I'm not saying I want you to call me, but maybe call me.
I know you're.
It's very important.
And I'm still mad.
Sorry. You were saying?
It just adds to the ridiculousness of it for sure. And then the song about the cup, bro. Literally just a cup that is more readily available in the South, where a lot of the negative stereotypes of drunken behavior happen, and they're put on a label because, for good reason, bro. Like, I hate that song so much. I hate it so much because even I hate it for reasons
red.
that it never even intended. Okay, because when he wrote that fucking song, he knew he was gonna catch some hate. But another reason why I hate it, bro.
I don't know, man. You have to have some arrogance behind that stupidity.
That's true.
So, like, be like, this is a good idea, right? Like, his producers back there, like, yeah, that's great. He's like, oh, that's terrible, but he's making me lots of money. I'm just going to go with it.
Dude, it's
Maybe.
so bad.
Just put out some more music so I make money.
I hate it so much.
He's like, oh, it's good? Yeah.
Dude, Larry could talk about it for hours. Today we just got a little over 2 hours, but man, like,
I think we've said enough.